Welcome to podcast number 34 of Our Ketogenic Life.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. Today we're going to talk about 5 mistakes that a lot of people make after starting keto.
Yes, when things are going well,
Mhm.
then all of a sudden they start going downhill.
And if you missed last week's podcast, we talked about mistakes starting keto.
Right.
Now we're assuming you listen to that and you're moving on to a more of a long-term process.
Or people who maybe have been on it a while and they happen to listen to the podcast and say, you know what, I tried it, didn't work for me. These may be some of the reasons that it didn't work for them. So,
the first question that we get a lot is, is keto safe long-term?
right.
And, if you listened to our podcast before, we talked about different things as far as studies showing that it is favorable in a lot of areas as far as your longevity and what we call your health span. So we're assuming that you're on board with us with that. If not, we have some other podcasts addressing that issue. You can go back and listen to that.
But hopefully after today, you will understand why it is long-term safe to do if you avoid these mistakes.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 1, doing dirty keto.
I hate that term.
I actually had a patient in the clinic today saying that, and this kind of fits it, and she said that she'd been doing dirty keto and wasn't getting results.
Right. Well.
So it kind of fits right into today's podcast.
Yeah.
There's a thing called ITFYM, if it fits your macros.
Right.
And basically what they're saying is it doesn't matter what kind of food you eat. All you have to do is look at the macros.
And if you get so many carbs, so many fat, so many protein,
then you're okay.
Right.
That is so wrong, guys.
Right.
So wrong.
Yeah. Because our goal is not just to lose weight. Our goal is to lose weight and be healthy.
Right.
I mean, some people may not even need to lose weight.
Right.
Some people may need to gain weight to be healthy. And this is the way to do it because we're eating.
Right. So if you're talking about the weight loss, if you're getting healthy, you're going to lose weight.
Right. If you need to lose weight.
If you need to lose weight, if you get healthy, that's going to happen because a lot of times what happens is with your body wants to hold on to it because it's having some kind of problem, maybe inflamed or something like that, which we'll talk about in a little while.
Right. And I read someone had said this, or maybe you said it. I'm not sure, but someone smart. So it could have been you.
It could have been.
That you don't lose weight to get healthy. You get healthy and then you lose weight.
Absolutely.
Did you say that?
I've said it before. So.
But I mean, that's true. I mean, because you can lose weight and get healthy if you're doing it the right way. But this is like, probably if I just ate a candy bar every day and that's all I ate, I would probably lose weight.
Right.
But I'm not going to be healthy.
No, it's not going to be healthy. And
you see a lot of people who are skinny fat.
Yeah, that's
they're skinny on the outside, but their insides, they've got the visceral fat around their organs, fatty livers, metabolic. Some of them are diabetic. Some are, so that is doing dirty keto. Again, I don't even like to say that. I don't know. Some words just to me, I don't like to say. But my family knows those words, right?
The other thing is when you're doing dirty keto, excuse my language, is it's going to continue leading to cravings.
Right. Yeah.
If you get off of the processed things, and that's basically what dirty keto is you're eating a lot of processed food, and your body is still going to be accustomed to trying to get that sugar high, and you're not going to be able to get off of it. It's still addictive.
And you're eating the bad oils because some of them you'll have trans
it's all made
fats.
with that.
Because if you're making something to stay on a shelf, it's got to have something in it that's going to hold it on a shelf usually.
Right.
I mean, there's going to be something in it. So, and it may not be that it's bad to have every once in a while, but if you're only doing that, if you're doing so-called dirty keto where it's just fitting your macros and it's not real foods, it's just, you're not going to be able to sustain that.
Right. And, we try not to eat any of those things, but, every now and then it's okay. It's not the best, the less, like they talked about, the oils. Because what happens is when you're eating the quote dirty keto and you're eating those foods that have a lot of the processed oils in them, it's still going to cause inflammation. You may not be able to see it, but you're still going to be inflamed inside your body. And that is one of the cornerstones of a lot of chronic diseases.
Yeah, and right now you can look on the internet, you can look in the grocery stores, they're putting keto on everything. And people don't even, like I said, they just look at the basic, that it says keto, that it says macro, they're not even looking at the ingredients. And again, it's not that you can never have that. There may be times you need it for convenience. It's better probably doing that than to go off and eat something. But only for occasion, not an everyday. That shouldn't be your diet plan. So, all right.
I use these terms and I don't like them, but it's bad, badder, and baddest.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's, you kind of
grammatically incorrect.
Incorrect. Yeah. Number 2, not getting enough vitamins and minerals.
Right.
When you're doing keto, and it's okay at the beginning, I think, to make it simple. And if you do the same things over and over, it's all right. But as time goes on, what you want to do is be able to add some like nutrient-dense food into your diet and try different things.
That's the big thing, is trying different things. You wouldn't believe the people that, I'm like, okay, people, you're adults.
Well,
you may not love something, but you could try it.
And the other thing too is like if you start eating the whole foods and you get used to that, your taste is going to change.
Right.
So you may have not liked. We talked about
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. We talked about that last week. That's changed.
Right.
Now I like them.
Right.
Before I didn't.
Yeah.
And it just getting used to it.
Like you said, it changes your taste buds that you can start actually tasting the food instead of tasting all the processed junk on it.
And your taste buds are used to sugar and processed foods, and it's going to be different than
So give yourself. I know we've probably said this before. It's like, how many times? It's something like you have to try something. Oh, I didn't know this. Like maybe 20 sometimes, at least 7. And up to possibly 20 sometimes before you can actually really make a decision. And some things you just don't like it. Like I just don't like peas. Now, can I eat peas? Yeah. Well, not right now. I can't eat peas. I mean, it's not the best on keto, but you could eat peas.
Right.
It wouldn't be my choice. I would never choose.
Right.
Or I wouldn't choose liver.
We need to try that.
I know. We tried again.
We did what? Chicken liver?
Yeah, last summer we got a bunch of liver.
We tried that.
I tried it in every different way. We ate it.
We need to try the beef liver. Beef liver is really good for you.
Good for you.
Oh yeah, it's really good for you.
If anybody has a good beef liver recipe.
Yeah, we would love that, because if you could add that a couple of times a week, my goodness, all the nutrients, people don't know like B12 is in beef liver.
Yeah.
And you could get a whole boatload of nutrients with it.
Again, it wouldn't be my... I could change my mind. I don't know.
I want someone, if you're listening to this and you have a way to make liver, let us know.
That would be keto friendly, of course.
Of course. Yeah. But then we'll let everybody else know. That'd be great.
Yeah, all right, well, you might try to do that. Okay, so anyway, variety of things and try things to make sure to get in your eggs and
broccoli.
Broccoli, bone broth.
Yeah, bone broth is really good. And you can buy a commercial. You can make it yourself.
Yeah.
Commercial is much better.
Yeah.
Easier.
Well, it's just easier. Yeah. But anyway, definitely getting in your vitamins. And you may need to end up getting a tip. I mean, that's the thing too. Sometimes we're not sure. We think we're getting our vitamins, but a lot of the foods don't have the vitamins because the soil does not have the vitamins it's used to.
And I may be wrong on this, but I think it goes back to 1970s as far as like how much, say, I'm at a loss here, but how much, say calcium broccoli has.
Right.
It goes back to the 1970s. It's not what it is today.
Right.
And it's a lot less. I mean, you're talking double-digit percentages less.
Right.
So, and the other thing is, you may not be absorbing it, and there's some other things as well too. But if you're ever interested in doing a deep dive, you can contact us. We have some coaching as far as different labs that you can get, and it really gives you a detail.
It's amazing to see what you think, like how much little you actually have. Like for me, B12 or magnesium, and so it really does. And it's not that then you have to take that supplement for the rest of your life. You just have to get your body built up and then get those foods
in your system,
and it'll help regulate you. All right, 3.
Letting one blown meal lead to blown days,
or blown weeks,
blown months. We've had this happen so many times with people that they go on vacation or a family reunion, or birthday parties.
Or a holiday.
A couple of days in a row they have something, then all of a sudden they're off of it. Yeah. And to kind of circle back, we have a membership that would really help people keep accountable. If you're posting your foods, even if it's a bad day, hey, everybody has them. Right. But if you keep posting bad days in our membership, then we're going to ask you about it.
Or if you quit posting, then it might be, hey, are you ashamed to post?
What's
Did
going
you
on?
just forget? Mm-hmm. Are you not tracking, which is another thing?
Right.
So, yeah.
So don't let one indiscretion in your food choices
turn into...
Yeah, because, even like with us, we're not perfect. We have blown meals. Yeah. All right?
But usually we choose to do it, though. I mean, because we know... I'm not going to say I'm cheating.
Right.
Because this is life.
Right.
And so if we're wanting to have something that we know, okay, we've done well, we know it's not going to send us into a spiral downhill.
Well, we got each other.
Right, exactly, yeah.
We got it in our house. There's, I really can't hide a blown meal from Danae and vice versa.
Well, and then the same way, then he can say, like, if I'm like, oh, I'd really like to have, whatever, he can say, do you really want to have that? Or, and then the same way.
Even if she rolls her eyes at me, which she does quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just sidetrack.
Okay. All right, so anyway, don't let that...
Put up some safeguards.
Yeah.
Being in a community like ours, or having accountability at home, that works as well too. But as long as you got something that people, you have to be accountable to, that will help keep you from going down that spiral. And just that meal, you blew it, just move on. Yeah. Again.
And a lot of times people, because I can understand, like a lot of times you think, oh, I've done so well, I've lost all the weight I want to lose, or I've lost 20 pounds, I'm doing great, there's a birthday party, there's a whatever, I'm going to do this. You don't intend to blow a full week and gain back 6 pounds. Nobody intends to do that. But you have to remember when you get started, if you eat that, what you have to know, okay, how is this one piece of cake going to affect me tonight? How am I going to feel? Like I had actually one of the members today told me that she had she'd had a very stressful evening, and she had went to a restaurant and got a side salad and got a chicken wrap, and she thought, well, it's the wrap and I've done really, really good, and so she's like, maybe I'll just eat half of it or just half the wrap. And she said that she really only ate half the wrap, the tortilla, but felt horrible. And said, I didn't realize, after, and she hasn't even been on it that long. So just remember, do I really want to blow all of the work I've done? And how you feel, it never ceases to amaze me. Even for myself, sometimes you think, you feel so good. Now let's blow it. I don't know. We just are self-sabotaging sometimes. I don't understand, our mental state. Sometimes you just think, why? What am I thinking? You're feeling so good, so let's just decide, let's blow that. Okay, anyway.
All right. So, number 4, carb creep. This happens a lot. Carb creep is when you're not really tracking your food, and we talked about that a minute ago, and you're eating a little bit more here, a little bit more there, you're having a snack here, you pick something at work or at school, somebody has something, you eat that, and then a couple days later you eat it again.
And you're not tracking.
You're not tracking. So if you're not losing weight, if you're at a stall, or if you've done it and you've reached your goals and you start gaining weight again, start tracking your carbs.
That's why you really should always just track your carbs. Because even if you're very good at that, I'm not as good at that. I'm trying to do better now, but because you've always, even though you don't need to lose any more weight, you're not trying to, but
it keeps me accountable to myself.
And so, even though, like I said, I'm not trying to lose any more weight, but I don't want to gain it. So it is better if I would track it, and I have been doing better.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Number 5, not learning a maintenance keto. Now, there's, you can kind of break it down between 2. There's a therapeutic keto, and that's when you're actually trying to use the foods as a treatment for, either overweight, medical problems, get off medications, those type of things. But then once you reach your goals, kind of like where we're at right now, is we've had to learn a maintenance keto. And what that means is, how are you going to live your life, not just for the next few months, but the rest of your life, and maintain, your health. We want to use keto as a tool to improve our health. And if you don't learn that, and you keep doing the same things over and over and over, one, you may get tired of it. And
it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And, more than likely, what you do right now, no matter where you're at in the stage of this, in a year from now, you're probably going to do something different. You're going through different stages. You may add exercising. As we age, your hormones and things like that change as well too. So, what you do now, what you do next year, and what you do 5 years, it's going to be similar, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a little change. Maybe as you get older, you need to add a little bit more protein due to the muscle wasting that you have. So if you learn a maintenance keto, you're going to be able to maintain this lifestyle for the rest of your life.
I can say, if you have just started keto, contemplating starting keto, I can say, don't think that you're going to do keto, lose all your weight, and then you go back to eating hamburgers, pasta, pizza, on a daily. You're not going to go back to eating the standard American diet every day.
Or you're going to go
Or you may as well then just say, you know what, why am I wasting my time? You may as well just keep eating it, because it's not. That's when it does not work. Because it's not a magic pill that you're going to just.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, the same as any other thing. If people who do all the other, there's a million weight loss programs. If it was as simple as saying, we're going to help you lose weight, bingo, we can do that. Lots of companies and lots of programs can get you to lose weight. It is keeping it off.
Well, I just thought of if you're training, to run a marathon, all right? And you train and you train and you train, and you want to keep running marathons the rest of your life, all right? So you train all, 6 months. Your diet, you're out running, you're doing those type of things. You run the marathon. You want to keep running marathons, just like you want to keep the weight loss after you do, you do your therapeutic keto. Now, if you're trying to run another marathon, do you just quit training? Do you quit doing what you did
to get the results?
No, you keep doing the training. And the keto is not training, but that's just an example that we can use to show you that it's a lifestyle, something you can do the rest of your life.
And it is healthy
because
you're eating real. We're not advocating that you go out and buy a bunch of products that have keto on the side, or that are just a quick fix. That you're just a shake here and a this there. We're not advocating that. We're advocating real food. So it's very healthy.
And the other thing that we can have a whole podcast on, or several podcasts, is fasting. Is long-term adding different types of fasting, different techniques, so that you can use those to your advantage and be able to get back on track sometimes if you get off.
And if you've never heard us talk about fasting, or you don't know anything about fasting, don't let that scare you. We're not saying that you're going to starve yourself.
No.
It is how we say all the time, fasting is not eating less, it's eating less often. And so you're going to get your body to a point where you are not as hungry. Your body is running off the fats, the fuels, not the sugar. So you don't need that insulin up and down.
The sugar up and down.
Yeah.
Things like that.
And so you are going to feel good, and you're going to stay satisfied for longer. And so that's what we're getting at, the fasting. And plus then for us, we do it for not only for our health, because there are benefits, which we can do I think we've done a podcast on that, have we? I'm not sure.
So.
But we can do a podcast on the benefits that have been studied about fasting and the different lengths. But also, we fast because we're just not hungry. So we eat when we get hungry. But then another time we fast is for spiritual reasons.
If we have something to pray about, if something's concerning with us, or something special in our heart, we really do use that as fasting.
Because Jesus does say when you pray.
And
he doesn't tell us, or when you fast. When you fast. and pray. He doesn't say if you do it.
Right.
He says when you do it.
Right.
So
that means he's
and
assuming.
he did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, that leads to our verse.
yes, Proverbs 27:6. Sorry, let me pull it up here. My Bible is downstairs. Okay, it says, this is good. I like this. This is one of my favorite verses. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Proverbs 27:6. When you are truly being a friend to somebody, when you truly care about somebody, you're going to speak the truth, even if that is sometimes hurtful to that person. You know, we want to be faithful friends.
And if someone's really, truly a friend, and you know they're a friend, if they say something to you, they're coming from a loving place.
Right.
They're not spiteful. They're not there to hurt you. You know, they're there to tell you the truth.
And it says kisses of the enemy are deceitful. So I think of the, what is it, you know, to kiss up to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you're just trying to get, you know, you don't really care about them.
Right. You're just butting up, trying to find favor with them.
Right, for whatever reason.
Right.
And it's usually a deceitful reason.
Right.
So we don't want to be deceitful. We are upfront with you guys. We, first and foremost for this verse, of course, that we want you to know Christ as your personal Lord and Savior.
Right.
That is the best friend that you could be, is to tell someone about the love of Jesus and that you need to be saved and repent of your sins in order for salvation. So that is the best friend that you can be, is to tell someone that. And then also just that, like I said, we're just trying to be honest with you and tell you how we live our lives and that we're not perfect. We make mistakes. If we end up doing something that we say, oh, you know what? That was not right. Nix that. We don't do that anymore. We don't recommend doing that. We will be the first to tell you.
Absolutely.
Because we want to live it. So we're not trying to just kiss up and tell you something that we just want you to do as we say, not as we do. We're not going to do that. So.
All right. That's great.
It's a kind of short one today.
Yeah.
But
So going back to
the 5.
Yeah, the 5 is one, doing, mistakes of doing keto long term is doing dirty keto, not getting enough vitamins and minerals, letting one blown meal lead to a blown week or months, carb creep, can't remember to track your food, and not learning a maintenance keto plan. So, and remember, we have a link here on our show notes about our Fat Burners Academy. You can check that out, join us, and see how we can help you on a regular basis. And remember that if whoever has a good recipe for beef liver, please let us know. We're dying to try it and enjoy it. Not dying to try it, we're dying to enjoy it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right, guys, remember, be fit and be faithful.